time on Casino Royale with cheese.
Of course, whenever it's wintertime, we have a whole, like once spring hits, we have a whole backyard that's just full of dog feces. And so I'll go out there and hit those bad boys with the mower, launch them across the yard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
fertilizing your lawn.
You bet. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
By the way.
But it's better than going out there and picking them up by hand, which is what we had to do in New York, which sucked. So.
Well, you're supposed to pick them up every day or so.
Oh, no, I'll just fling them with the mower once a week. Call it good.
And now, the conclusion.
Houston, we have a problem.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
A boy's best friend is his mother.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Silent breed is people!
Yo, Adrian! I did it!
Let's put a smile on that face.
I gotta warn you, Clark. They don't play the same games here as they do at them regular casinos.
Royale, too.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
Live from our studios at Buckingham Palace, it's Casino Royale with Cheese, starring your host, who's also quite the accomplished lepidopterist, Shane Burns.
Thank you, announcer. This is Shane. I make up half of Casino Royale with Cheese, the internet show where we discuss movies that were number one at the box office exactly 20 years ago. And this is episode, what did we say? I don't think we said. Episode 62.
62.
Today I am joined by the man who would try to get the Blowchamp money, except he won't cut off his earlobes because he's a big pussy.
Oh.
This is Mike.
How much money are we talking?
I don't think they ever said, actually, in this movie.
Do I get to be a count?
Yeah.
Goodbye earlobes.
You know what? That's what I'll say, man. If you're a count, fuck it. You know what? I ain't using these. I don't give a fuck.
No, they're just there for decoration.
Yeah, they're just to put earrings in, and I don't wear those. So.
Yeah.
Have you ever had earrings, Mike?
Yeah.
I think I see the hole right from here.
My ears used to actually be kind of gauged.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is like...
It's kind of grown in pretty well.
Yeah. I can still stick stuff in there, though.
Yeah. Of course, I'm able to notice that because we're recording in person today. For our first James Bond movie, that seems appropriate.
Yes.
Because I'm sure we're going to talk about several.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I mean, just naturally, So that's that.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going?
My day was going okay until we got home. So we went to this place called Ishan's Fried Chicken, Ishan's Bar. It's the oldest bar in the state of Oklahoma.
Apparently, it is really internationally renowned for its fried chicken. It's one of those diners, drive-in, and dives sort of thing.
Yeah, it's been on the Food Network and all that shit. And it was good. And then we got home, and I got a phone call from my dad, and my cousin died yesterday.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. First time I'm hearing about it.
Yeah, he was at an airport, traveling home, called his wife, was on the phone with her. When he was on the phone with her, he sneezed. He said, ow. She said, you should go to the doctors. He said, I'm fine. And he died there at that airport.
Oh, shit. It's heavy stuff, bro.
Yeah.
That sucks. That sucks a lot.
Yeah, but just want to let the family, they probably won't hear it, but I love you guys, and they know it sucks, and there's nothing I can say to make it better.
Yeah.
Just know I love you.
That does suck, bro. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
On the other hand, nothing ever happens with me. So every week when you ask how I'm doing, probably just the same as I was the week before. So there's a song that was put out by, it was, I think, Korn. It's called Every Day is Exactly the Same.
Korn.
This guy. Yep.
A leading force in your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For some reason, as soon as you said that, a bunch of like Smashing Pumpkin lyrics came to my head. So figure that one out.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. What are we doing, Mike? What are we talking about?
We are talking about a James Bond flick
Yeah.
called On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Experience with this movie, Mike?
Zero.
Until today.
I never heard of it. I knew that there was a George Lazenby. Is that his name?
Yeah, George Lazenby or Lazenby.
I knew there was one. I know he made like a special guest appearance in the Bond series because they always talk about like the different actors that played
Sure.
Bond, and whenever people are talking about it, they're always like, "Don't forget about Lazenby."
Right. There's that one guy.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole reason that he says that is just to be like, I know more about James Bond than you do. Like, it doesn't contribute anything to the conversation. Because if you're going through a list of your favorite Bonds, obviously you're not going to pick him anyway because you don't know anything about him. So maybe they should shut the fuck up.
He only did one.
Yeah. Which, you know, he wasn't an actor at all, like, going into this.
Didn't you say he was like a model or something?
He was a model. Apparently, he
He was a handsome man.
A job is like, I want to say plumbing. I know he did like a commercial before that, and that was about it. And so the crazy thing about it is Albert Broccoli, he's him, and after he died, his daughter kind of took over. But him and his daughter duo have been producing these movies since they originally started back in the day. And so it's a deal where I guess Lazenby found out that he was getting a haircut somewhere. Lazenby went in there and got a haircut to look like Sean Connery's and like tried to strike up a conversation about James Bond with him or whatever. And so apparently Broccoli had that in mind whenever he went to, I guess what had happened before that too is apparently he spent the last bit of like modeling money that he had to go get a suit tailored to fit him that was Sean Connery's tailor.
Oh, really?
So he was really like trying to put in some not so subtle hints that this is what he was eyeballing.
So was he the first one after Sean Connery?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He was actually mid Sean Connery because Connery came back in Diamonds Are Forever. Yeah, after this one. Interesting deal with that. So he goes ahead and does a movie. Apparently there's all this shit about how Diana Rigg and him like hated each other, like, because I guess he was just kind of an arrogant jackass, which he kind of conveys in the movie pretty well.
Yeah.
But what's funny about it though is I guess the producers had problems with them and stuff like that, but they actually offered him the opportunity to play James Bond again. And what had happened was, and this is stuff that is documented in books and, you know, on documentaries and things of that nature, his manager told him that after the women's lib era in the 60s, that James Bond basically was a dying franchise. And so the only thing that Lazenby could do would be to sign like a 7-movie contract, was what they're trying to get him to do. And he was like, this is not gonna stay. It's not a gig that you really want to fuck with, you know. And so he was like, my manager should know the industry, you know. And so he dipped out. And here they are with Diamonds Are Forever. Now we don't have a James Bond. So they offered fucking Sean Connery a horse choking wad of money at the time, which is like $1.25 million. And so he came back to do that and looked bored as ever. And that's like whatever they killed and, you know, excised him from the series. So.
Well, I could see his manager's point of view because they treat like women like shit in this movie.
Right. What his manager failed to realize, though, is that over time, the last time that you see James Bond really smack a woman is the movie 2 movies later. It's Roger Moore's, 3 movies later. I'm sorry. It's Roger Moore's second movie, which is The Man with the Golden Gun. He slaps a woman in there, and he never does it again on film. Instead, the characters that you get are more like, this woman also works for MI6. She's like a treasurer. Or, you know, there's this woman that she's trying to stop the nukes from getting stolen, you know, or whatever. And she's like some fucking scientist, you know. And so, like, they actually
They
kind
evolved.
of integrated women more central to the plot. They're not just a dumbass damsel in distress.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But
wholeheartedly.
this movie in particular,
Oh, they treat him awful.
treat women like shit.
Her dad treats her like shit.
Oh, we got things to say about that.
I just want somebody to dominate her, you know.
Fuck my daughter, please.
Yeah, just fuck the meanness right out of her. It's crazy, man. Oh shit, that's funny. Let's do some stuff here regarding this movie.
Was it ever at number one?
I do not know about that one actually, which is crazy. I would assume it is. I'm pretty sure every James Bond movie would hit number one. That's kind of like a Star Wars movie not hitting up until recently with the Han Solo thing. No, that movie was number one, but it did lose money. I'm going to look it up, talk about something real quick. What's your favorite Bond movie that you've seen that you know of?
Skyfall.
Skyfall is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's actually not my favorite of Daniel Craig's, though. I really like Casino Royale.
I do, too.
I thought that was a fucking fantastic
That was going to be my next one.
Yeah. It's a really good one.
One of our namesakes.
Right. Exactly. Part of the deal, too, I think... So I have... If somebody asks me, what's your favorite Bond movie? I think it's the three... This one's my favorite by a very small margin. I actually... It's kind of a three-way tie. I like this one being my absolute favorite if it's like
On Her Majesty's Secret Service?
98%. Yeah.
The one we watched this week?
Yes. I love it. I also really like License to Kill, which was Timothy Dalton's second movie. It's really good. It's funny because it kind of takes on this weirdo 80s like drugs are bad, you know, sort of thing, which it's just James Bond taking down this drug lord. But it's actually got some great action to it, and you get to see James Bond really good and pissed off in it and stuff, you know, so he's kind of doing his thing. In fact, I'm going to be quite frank with you. In my opinion, if somebody was to say, what movie should they have ended the James Bond franchise after, it would be that movie. Because it just... The end of that movie feels like a fucking really good finality to the series to me. It's fucking weird. I don't know what it is about it.
Well, it's not over.
No, it's ongoing. The next... Actually, there's one coming out next year.
Really?
So, yeah. It'll be Craig's last movie.
What about GoldenEye? Was that a movie?
GoldenEye was a movie.
So the video game was based off a movie?
Yeah. And they actually... Some of the levels in there... They modeled them after they actually were able to like tour the movie set and stuff.
Because the video game is my favorite thing about James Bond.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's
above
fantastic.
all movies.
It's really good. I love how there's different references in there to it, to like Odd Job from Goldfinger, and there's Baron Samedi from Live and Let Die, you know, and stuff like that. There's all these different characters.
What about that one with the jaw?
Oh, Jaws. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in there. He's tall as fuck.
Yeah.
Because it's Richard Kiel.
Yep.
R.I.P.D. But I think he died.
R.I.P.D.
Yeah. That's what they say on this other show, We Hate Movies. So I fucking... Anytime I think of a dead celebrity now, I just started saying that. But
what does a D stand for, dude?
no, there's that crappy movie, the R.I.P.D. or whatever, that had... I think Ryan Reynolds might have been in it, actually. Him and the dude. Jeffrey Lebowski.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, you'll have to look that one up. Anyway, it was like kind of like Men in Black, but they're fighting ghosts.
Oh.
It was really stupid.
Okay.
Like paranormal entities.
I think I did see that, actually.
Oh, really?
Not memorable.
No. It looked really bad, even though I like Jeff Bridges. But
What was it, number one?
I didn't finish looking. I started talking again.
Dude. You have one job, Shane.
Well, while I do that, because... So this movie, Sean Connery starred in 5 James Bond movies. Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, and then You Only Live Twice. And then he left, George Lazenby back, and then we had Sean Connery come back and for Diamonds Are Forever, and then, of course, after that, you get into the Roger Moores and Daltons and all that. I had something I was going to discuss with you, actually, regarding that, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, good. Dead Air. It's everybody's favorite thing.
Dead Air. That's nice. Apparently, they were going to go through at one point and explain away the change in James Bond's appearance with plastic surgery, and that's why he no longer looked like Sean Connery. Which I think if they'd have known at the time that Sean Connery was coming back for a movie, they might have gone ahead and done that.
Right.
Apparently, Lazenby announced that he was not coming back. Like, I want to say, they said it was right before the premiere of the movie. So, well, I'm not going to get super vested in your thing then, you know?
What?
Yeah. They said that it was right before the premiere he announced he wasn't going to come back. So.
Oh, really? Oh. Bad move, man. Bad move, Lazenby.
Yeah. That kind of just pisses in everybody's post-toasties there.
Okay, so I don't know. I can't find it either.
Yeah. Sometimes the old box office numbers are kind of difficult to find. I've noticed online. They
made $82 million, though.
Yes. It was a budget of...
$7 million.
Was it? Yeah, you're probably right.
I just saw it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was looking to see if it was number
7
one.
million, yes. Okay, we're on the same page. And you said, how much did it end up making?
82 million.
82 million. So that's a pretty good turnaround.
I would say so.
I'll say,
tenfold of your investment?
Yeah.
Actually, 11-fold?
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yep, I'd agree. Let me go through a cast list right quick.
So George Lazenby.
Yes.
Diana Rigg. And Teddy Savalas.
Yeah.
Those are the only three I know. Here's the crazy thing about why I know who Diana Rigg is. She is also on Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
She's the eldest of one of the families.
Ooh, I might want to check that out. Because she's actually a really good actress.
She's the eldest of the Tyrells.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I really liked her character on Game of Thrones. So when I see her in this movie, she's, first of all, strikingly beautiful.
Oh, man. She is incredible, isn't she?
Yeah. But I didn't know that's who that was. Until, we were watching the credits, you see her name.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. I never knew she was on there. So that's awesome. I guess she was on the Avengers back in the day, the British one, where it's the posh people or whatever.
Never saw that.
Yeah, I never did either. It is her, Telly Savalas, as you mentioned, Gabriella Frizzetti playing Draco, and of course we have the regulars like Lois Maxwell playing Moneypenny, who she's incredible. She's the quintessential Moneypenny. All the other actresses that have played her since are a waste. Stupid. We've got Bernard Lee playing M, and Desmond Llewellyn playing Q.
Nobody cares about that.
That's pretty much.
You barely see him
I
in
love
this movie.
Q. Get the fuck
You only
out
see
of
Q
here.
for 2 seconds in this movie.
Q played this all the way up until the third Pierce Brosnan movie. He was Q that entire time. Desmond Llewellyn was.
Just collecting checks.
Huh?
Just collecting checks.
No, fuck that. He's great, dude.
He's in this movie for fucking 30 seconds.
Well, he doesn't have a huge role, but he's great. He's fantastic. Let me go through a summary.
Might as well.
Okay.
We're here.
Yeah. On Our Majesty Secret Service, released December 19th, 1969, is the 6th film based on the 10th book of Ian Fleming's thus far 67-year-old film franchise.
Jesus.
Yeah. As the film opens, we are introduced to a new, fresh-faced James Bond who rescues a woman who is attempting to drown herself. The two meet later at a casino where Bond spots her 20,000 francs for a bet she just lost. This young lady is Teresa Di Vincenzo, and she quickly reveals to Bond that she repays all of her debts. After a night of passionate lovemaking right above the hotel swimming pool, Bond awakens the next morning to find Teresa gone, but she left him 20,000 francs, thereby making herself not a prostitute. Downstairs, Bond is greeted by some men who forcibly escort him to meet with Marc-Ange Draco. They head to...
Her daddy.
Yes. The head of the European crime syndicate, Union Course. Even scarier, he's the dad of the Bond girl that Bond just got busy with.
And knows of it.
Yeah. Draco isn't concerned with that, though. He encourages Bond to pursue a relationship with Tracy and perform a quote-unquote taming of the shrew scenario on her.
Fuck my daughter, please.
Just fuck the hate out of her. Yeah. Basically, that's what he says.
Yeah,
like
he does.
she just needs somebody to treat her like shit and fuck her.
No, he says, I need someone to make love to her well enough that she wants to make love back.
Yeah.
Weird.
Just fucking
Guess what kind of conversation I will never be having about my daughter?
right. That sounds like a rape scenario. Like she doesn't want to have sex, fuck her till she does. Oh man. Bond makes a deal that he'll begin courting Tracy in exchange for any information he has regarding Ernst Stavro Blofeld, head of the Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, and Extortion, or Spectre.
Ooh.
Spectre is an organization that often threatens the United Nations with various terrorist activities such as nuclear weapon theft, space shuttle theft, and firing lasers from diamond-laden satellites. A week later, Bond arrives at Draco's birthday party for an arranged meeting with Tracy, at which time she finds out about Bond and her dad's arrangement. She then makes her dad tell Bond the information he wants. Bond apologizes to her, and a love montage ensues, covering an indeterminate amount of time.
About 2 weeks.
Is that what it is?
Well, he's on 2 weeks of leave.
Well, that's true. That is true. They fall in love quick, bro.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Well, they got all that fucking out of the way up front, so... I've already seen you naked. Now we can work on our relationship stuff. That's how it goes. A week later, Bond arrives at Draco's birthday. I already read that. The information Draco gives to Bond leads him to the offices of a Swiss attorney. There, Bond illegally obtains information about Blofeld, contacting the London College of Arms, hoping to claim the title of Count Balthazar de Beauchamp.
With a sweet safe-cracking and copy machine device.
That thing's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it
For
is.
the late 60s,
Yeah.
that's badass.
Yeah.
Disguised as a genealogist, Sir Hilary Bray, Bond goes to visit Blofeld at Piz Gloria in the Swiss Alps, where Blofeld is opening an allergy research institute. A handful of young women are the test subjects at the institute, and all of them talk about how their allergies have been cured.
And they're all hot as fuck.
There is not an 8 in the group, bro.
No. They're supermodels from all over the world.
Oh my god. Yeah. That night, Bond goes to get freaky with one young lady, and at midnight, she goes into a hypnotic state, receiving instructions about when she arrives back home. Blofeld will soon reveal that he's brainwashed them into becoming sleeper agents that will soon begin bacteriological warfare. Bond's henchwoman, Irma Bunt, soon catches Bond trying to get a little post-coitus from a patient. And after a quick monologue from Blofeld, Bond is held captive in the ski lift wheel room.
The worst prison cell ever, by the way.
See, I think that would suck, and I would die fast. So.
But you're not James Bond.
No, I'm not. I would be really dead, though. Excuse me. He escapes his confines and from the Institute, and in the village below, Blofeld's men nearly catch him until Tracy arrives, treating us to a car chase. Really cool one at that.
One of many chases.
There's a lot of chasing going on. The two spend the night in a random barn to avoid a snowstorm where Bond proposes to Tracy. The following morning, the two are again pursued by Blofeld and his men, this time on skis. Blofeld,
ski chase.
Yeah. There's a couple of those in this fucking movie. The first one's way cooler than the second one, though, I think.
Yeah.
But Blofeld gets the idea to create an avalanche and captures a bewildered Tracy afterward. Bond returns back to MI6 headquarters, but M has orders not to intervene in Piz Gloria. Instead, Bond calls Draco, and Bond leads the assault to save Tracy and destroy the Institute. After doing so, Bond and Blofeld have a bobsled race.
Bobsled chase.
Yeah. It's funny because this might be the most chase-heavy movie out of all of them, I say, but I don't know. He's even, like, chasing her at the beginning of the movie, technically, you know, like, following after, but... And, anyway.
Bobsled chase.
Timed out. Bond manages to get onto Blofeld's, and the two wrestle around for a bit until Bond kicks Blofeld neck first into a tree branch. At Tracy and James's wedding, everyone is there. Q gives Bond the talk, and Bond throws Moneypenny his hat one last time. The two ride off into the sunset, but soon stop to take the decorations of James's car down. Not long after, a car containing Blofeld and Irma Bunt drives by, guns ablazing. Bond attempts to pursue until he notices Tracy has been struck and has died. This film stars an Avenger and Kojak.
Oh,
It's crazy. Oh, spoiler alert. Just kidding. So yeah, that is that. I'm going to come right out and say, so I had watched this the other night, and Mike didn't get to watch it until last night. It's we got started, and Mike did. He's back there by himself, chilling. I'm hanging out in the living room, and finally he comes in. He's like, dude, like, he's probably maybe 30, 45 minutes into it, not digging it. So I'm anxious to hear your final overall opinion of it, Mike.
okay.
But
All right, I can do that. But I have some questions first.
okay.
How did he know that she wanted to kill herself and that she wasn't just going for a swim?
I have no idea. That's the problem.
And how come he, as soon as he gets to her, she passes out?
I have no idea. That's a problem. I don't know. They don't ever, I don't think, explain who those guys are that show up on the beach.
They're her dad's goons.
But they have her at gunpoint. So I don't think that
Dad would probably tell them to make sure you bring her too.
I guess.
The way he talks to her and talks about her, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he wouldn't hesitate to put a gun to her head.
Well, it's not loaded.
Did you catch the Lazenby made a different guy joke?
Yes. That's actually one of the most infamous moments in James Bond history.
Oh, really?
A lot of people don't like that.
So it's after this beach scene, all these thugs like attack James Bond, and when he finally gets away, he says, "That didn't happen to the other guy."
That never happened to the other fellow. Yeah. A lot of people don't like it because it's almost as though it is acknowledging the fact that it's a different actor, and so a lot of people read that to mean that the James Bond chronology is technically like there's just a bunch of different people that take up the mantle of James Bond, and they have like that's their code name is James Bond, and their number is 007.
I would definitely believe that's what happens.
But there's also stuff to go against that too, because in further movies going forward, there's one For Your Eyes Only, where we actually see he's at Tracy's gravesite, and that's Roger Moore. They even say in License to Kill, they talk about how at the very beginning, because his American buddy in the CIA gets married, and so James Bond goes to his wedding or whatever, and it's Felix Leiter, but at one point she like throws the bouquet and he catches it or whatever, and he just kind of drives off looking kind of pissed, and she's like, well, what did I do? And he's like, oh, he was married once, that sort of thing. So I mean, they make references to it. So I think whenever it comes down to it, when we're breaking the fourth wall like that, I think that the writers were trying to be cheeky and acknowledge at the same time that
There's a lot of that shit going on in this movie.
yeah, a lot of winking at the camera
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
He's got a lot of one-line puns.
What's James Bond in general?
Really?
Yeah, he says that shit all the time.
I never noticed. Maybe it's just this actor's not good.
I kind of like Lazenby. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of do, man. He kind of does it for me.
Tracy keeps setting him up, it appears, but it's actually her dad.
Yeah.
She tells him to come to the room, and when he comes to the room, there's another thug in there waiting to fight him.
Yes.
And she's waiting in his room.
Right.
What the fuck? Mixed signals?
I don't know. That was kind of, why don't you just leave him alone? If you don't want him to, don't invite him up. But
Then he slaps the shit out of her.
he does. He gives her a good one.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Didn't they get together? Like, I guess that used to be the thing in all the movies and TV shows.
Yeah. Smack her around, put her in her place. She's
Oh,
all
the good
yours.
old days. Just kidding,
Yeah,
ladies.
I do miss that.
Just
Yeah.
kidding, ladies. I would never lay a hand on a woman.
A dick, but not a hand.
We already talked about how Drago basically was begging Bond to fuck his daughter.
Right. We did.
Miss Moneypenny? Right?
Yes.
Moneypenny's her name?
Right.
Just Bond sexually harasses the shit out of her.
Yeah, they always have sort of a...
He like gooses her,
Yeah.
and then he kisses her,
Right.
and he's always talking about like how he's gonna fuck her later.
You should come over, I'll get some champagne and we'll fuck.
Yeah. And she wants it.
Yeah. No, she's loving it, man. That's one thing I kind of like about this, too, because in the Bond books, apparently, when it comes to that... Because this is obviously based off of the Ian Fleming book. But apparently, I guess I haven't ever read any of them, but everybody always says that Moneypenny's kind of older and James Bond's younger. But whenever they got started making those movies, basically she was the same age as Sean Connery, around the same age. And so it's a deal where since then she is a little bit older by maybe 10 years or whatever than George Lazenby is. And so I actually think that timeline kind of works out perfect, because she was always like flirting with her and James Bond will flirt right back, you know, and shit like that. But she's an older lady. So I don't know. It works for me, but the timetable anyway.
James Bond looks at a Playboy while he's breaking into a safe.
Yes, I love it. Iconic.
Excuse me.
Iconic. That whole scene, I can understand if you were bored by it. I can understand why, but I love it personally. I think that machine's really cool. I think the whole thing with him sitting there reading a Playboy it sounds like something that George Lazenby would have come up with to me.
He even steals the centerfold out of the magazine.
Yes, he does. He does indeed.
What the fuck?
I think that the whole like thing where you can see this machine's working slow as fuck to try to unlock this safe, and so you're like, dude, it's taking too long. And they establish early on that the guy will be back in an hour. I think it's great. It's super suspenseful. I love it. But
wasn't even a close call.
Not really. But I love it. Of course, I like this movie a lot. So
this is where the movie turns around for me.
Okay.
So at that point, up until that point in the movie, I'm like, this is all right. Kind of slow.
Whatever. Yeah.
It's what it is. Shane really likes the movie. I guess I'm watching this thing.
I love how you still try to give me the benefit of the doubt.
And then then we get to the allergy center, and it's motherfucking Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
It pretty much is. You.
What?
Old Telly Savalas.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
That Dr. Evil was played.
It's a thing.
Right after him.
Right.
Is obviously Dr. Evil is 100% modeled after this guy, whatever his name is.
Blofeld, yeah.
Yeah, Blofeld.
Right. Well, that's kind of the thing, man, is I mean, it's based off of that, obviously. Of course, then the name Dr. Evil, I think they kind of pulled that from Dr. No, you know, that sort of thing too, so. But yeah, it's 100%.
I feel like The Spy Who Shagged Me is really a lot based around this movie in particular.
You think so?
Yeah. Because like the mountain layer.
Yeah. I
and
can see that.
Obviously the villain.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's where he got most of his inspiration from, was from this particular movie.
Okay. That's fair. I actually need to go back and watch those. They're pretty good.
They're coming out with another one.
They've been saying that for 15 years.
He officially announced it.
Really? When?
During the Oscars, like one of the red carpet interview things.
Oh.
Because he was back in the media because of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Right.
So someone said, "We heard there's another Austin Powers coming," and he goes, "It is. There's one coming."
Oh, cool. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm sure Seth fucking Green or whatever ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
He's down there playing with G.I. Joes and shit for Robot Chicken. Come on, motherfucker.
Yeah, he'll be there. I'm sure he'll be there.
Be there fucking... Yeah, that'll be cool. And everybody else pretty much is Mike Myers, so if he's coming back.
Right. So then you got... Excuse me. You go from it's Dr. Evil to a pack of international supermodels.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Okay.
This is my kind of movie.
Right.
And I'm like
getting into this now.
I'm like trying to guess which country each woman is from based on outfit and accent.
Yeah.
And then it pays off later when Bond's taking pictures off of this board, and it even pays off in the credits when the girls' names are the country they came from.
Oh, cool. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so you have like Japan, Germany.
Right.
Like that's the name of each girl in the credits.
Okay.
So I was like, yes.
Yeah. Lizzie Bartlett. That's her name.
And the way you get to this evil lair / allergen center.
Oh, isn't this crazy? What is it, like a day's travel to get there? For fuck's sake, bro.
Well, they have the civilian open to the public.
Just a ski resort thing.
Place,
it's like a ski town.
Pretty
village.
close to the center, right? But that goes by, what are those damn things called?
The lift?
It's not a ski lift, though. It's
It's the big. It's like it holds a bunch of people basically.
Like you can stand in it.
Right.
There's a name for it. I can't remember. Anyways, you go. That's how you get to this lair. Is from that ski lodge to his lair via this cable car thing.
Right.
And this fucking cable car is nonstop.
No.
Goes back and forth, back and
All
forth, back
the
and
fucking
forth.
time. Yeah.
Like how much traffic could
What's
that be?
going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys getting groceries or what? You know?
He carried it up one bag at a time.
Right, you know, just this one dude, and he's like, his arms are fucking full of shit. He's like, I thought I was gonna get it all in one trip.
So this,
Fuck. Yeah.
so this brings me to the part where in your summary, I talked about the worst prison cell ever.
Sure.
Where they throw him in this gear house that runs this ski lift thing. It's got a big giant opening to go through.
Right.
And it's got a cable going from one side to the other.
Yes.
So they have to build the suspense because, in my opinion, it'd be really easy to get out of there.
You think so?
Yeah. I would just do what he does his first attempt.
What did he do?
He just tried to scale across the wire.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Just
what
do
I
it
would
faster than him.
Well, no, it wouldn't be moving that fucking much.
Right. That's true,
In real life, it wouldn't go down, up, down, up, down, up, down,
Yeah.
up.
That's true, too. You're probably going to have at least a good half hour to
It
fucking
would park
get
for
across.
a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing's just moving constantly, man.
And then, because once he gets out of that gear house, it's easy peasy.
Right. Yeah.
They built up some tension, though, to the point where the car's coming.
They try to, and it looks like it's going to like run over his fingers.
Right.
Or whatever, yeah.
But he's on a cable that the cars don't move on the cable. The
Right.
cables move the cars.
Right.
So he would be moving at the same speed in the same direction
Right.
as that car.
Yes. So.
They would never collide.
Yeah. That's whatever.
But it still built up enough suspense for me that I was like, oh, fuck, get down, dude.
Right, exactly.
It's going to get your
it
fingers.
worked. There's some wonkiness in that scene, and I guess up at this point, James Bond was kind of known for having some pretty strange editing choices, we'll say.
Yeah.
So this is nothing new.
Yeah,
But
because he drops from the cable and also moves horizontally about 10 to 15 feet.
Right. Well, and what's crazy, too, is whenever he hops out of his confines in that wheelhouse or whatever, it's not snowing, but then he's shimmying across this thing. Dude, it's fucking blowing balls like crazy. Yeah. So
there's a lot of weird editing.
There is some. A lot of the action scenes I feel like are over edited, and I think it's kind of too bad because especially at the very beginning when they're on the beach and he's fighting those two guys off. To me, he actually looks like. I think it looks legit. The fighting does. We'll say that. It looks like he is legit beating the fuck out of these dudes, if you ask me.
Well, he's definitely doing a lot of hip tosses in the water.
Yeah, he is. But no, whenever he does like an uppercut, it's like, dude, I almost fucking felt that shit, bro. You know? But, I mean, he's just doing this full body thing. We're up at that point, you know, in the series, you'd seen Sean Connery, who kind of like saunters over, you know, is not, you know, he might, you know, whop somebody across the face, but that's about it. So, to me, I like the Sean Connery Bond movies in spite of the fact that their fight scenes aren't very good. His car chases are cool, but to me, this is like a breath of fresh air, seeing some legit good fighting, it looks like almost. So, I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of chases in this one.
A lot of chases.
After which is, after he escapes from his gear house, we get a one.
Yes.
Get a real, pretty good ski chase.
To me, it picks up a lot. It's a good chase. And then once he loses the ski, it becomes awesome.
The one ski.
Yeah. So, and I obviously at this point, because, you know, there was just a guy in front of a fucking TV, like a movie screen or whatever. And so it fucking looks bad. But you think about it this way too, though, is whenever you're seeing this shit happen, somebody's doing these stunts. You know, it's not some guy in a fucking green suit hanging over a fucking whatever.
When you see the actors, they're just doing stuff in front of a moving screen.
But somebody is doing it, though.
When you see the actual skiing itself,
right?
Yeah, that's legitimately someone doing it, but they're not going nearly as fast as they're trying to portray.
That's probably true. I'd agree with that.
But still cool.
Right.
I like this. I like the ski chase. I think it's my first ski chase ever.
I heard the music, and so I went in there to watch that with you because this is a legit cool scene. But at the one point, he pulls the ski off and smacks that dude. He falls off the cliff. He falls for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it is a long fucking fall. To the point I started chuckling in the middle of the fall.
Yeah, it's
like, holy shit.
What the fuck? Because there's that whole first part where you're like, well, I don't really know how steep this is. I know James needs to get the fuck out of here. Is there any way that he can maybe scale down that cliff? And then they throw that in there, and you're like, nope, there ain't no getting down that. You'll be dead.
Yeah, he'd be dead.
Yeah.
It's funny though because what's the fucking Count's name? Blofeld and his goons go skiing by,
right?
And Bond like hides out while they pass. Then another goon comes him. He knocks him over the fucking edge too.
Yeah.
You would think Blofeld and his goons would have heard the second person fall.
Something.
But nah.
There's some tussling going on in the woods.
Because he does another
Yeah. I like how he used the ski to like choke him off so he couldn't make any noise.
Yeah, he should have killed him like that.
Right, I agree.
I don't understand why he didn't.
I don't know either. That's stupid.
Then
Why?
we get the bell fight down in the village. It's kind of cool.
The bell fight.
Yeah, they're fighting in a room full of bells.
Oh, yeah. That was cool. Because he's trying to get out of there, and the guy keeps pulling his ass back in.
Yeah, they just keep hitting bells.
Hell yeah. That was cool.
Kind of cool. I like that. I don't like how he is kind of just sauntering around the village, though. Like, after he gets out of the bell fight, he's just kind of like... And he even goes and sits down on a bench. Like, Blofeld and his crew are looking for you, and you just go sit down on a bench.
What's crazy to me about that, though, I actually really like that. Because, first of all, I think that the village is really cool, and it's right around Christmas time. And these Swedish motherfuckers apparently are all about some fucking Christmas.
Curling?
Yeah, they're nuts about it. Oh, the curling is cool. I like that. But I kind of like how James Bond feels as though they're closing in on him. And so he's basically, everywhere he turns, he's seeing more of Blofeld's guys. And then it isn't until Teresa shows up. She's like, yo, I have a car. Let's get the fuck out of here. But he just kind of sits there on the bench, and he's like, fuck, dude, I'm about to fucking get my head blown
I would
off.
like you to refer to her as Tracy, please.
Tracy, what do I call her?
Teresa.
Oh. Well, fuck that.
Her name is Teresa. Her
Yes.
dad, like her birth name.
Teresa.
But she goes by Tracy.
Right.
And so Tracy to the rescue.
Yes.
And then a crazy car chase. Where she enters a car race.
It's like a destruction derby going on.
I don't think they meant it to be one.
No, it turned into one quick, man. It was crazy. I like where they're driving down the roads. They got fucking like 8 feet of snow on either side, and they're fucking bouncing off of the walls.
Like Watertown, New York.
Yeah. It really was, man. Fucking crazy.
That's a pretty cool scene.
Mm-hmm.
She could drive the shit out of that cougar.
Oh, yeah.
I love in this movie how, like, these fucking cars. So he drives an Aston Martin. That's
Right.
what Bond always drives, Aston Martin.
For the most part, yeah.
And he drives it, like, down on the beach with it, and then Tracy drives it off the beach.
Right.
I don't think it would have worked like that.
Nope.
And then they have a Volkswagen Beetle, and it's just tearing ass through the snow.
Dude, that was one of my notes, actually, was this Volkswagen Beetle that's rear-wheel drive. You might be fucked.
Nope.
I don't get it.
Just getting it.
But you have to think the engines in the back of those, that's a lot of fucking weight right back there. So
I mean, yeah, but you can pick up the engine by yourself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, bro. I didn't know they were that tiny.
When I was a kid in high school, I had some friends that had Volkswagens, and I watched them do an engine swap. Literally, two guys reached in there, pulled up the engine, stuck the new one in there.
Right. Yeah.
With, like, out even breaking a sweat.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Then that's when they end up in the barn.
Mm-hmm.
And the James Bond does the cheesiest shit I've ever seen.
I love it.
He tells her that he's not going to make love to her until their wedding day.
That's his New Year's resolution. Yeah. Then he taps the thing. She falls over. And he's like, it's not New Year's. Yeah.
But did they smash?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, they're getting it on like crazy.
Then we get another ski chase.
Another one. Not as good as the first one, I don't think. You don't get to see
Tracy's
much
in
cool
it,
shit.
so it's pretty good.
That is true.
I fell in love with this character.
She's fantastic. She is one of my favorite Bond girls. I do like Vesper from Casino Royale a lot.
I fell in love with this character. Dude.
Isn't she great?
She's fantastic.
Fucking love it.
Her acting was great. She's beautiful, obviously. But, like, her character, like how she's, like, kind of a rebel, but can't help the fact that she loves James.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Just something about her.
Yeah?
James Bond did not deserve her.
No. If you got into, like, a verbal altercation with her, though, like, she's not one of those girls that'll, like, just sit back and start whimpering and crying. No, fuck that. Like, she'll fucking hold her own. It's great. She's awesome.
So, yeah, another ski chase where they come and take her. Blomfield comes to take her, and he's automatically, like, proposing to her. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just what kind of hypnosis this girl puts on people.
Right.
And she's even playing along like she might consider it.
The old Aladdin thing, I call it. If there's this girl that's resisting and resisting and resisting, that's a hostage of yours. So this is for all our kidnappers out there in Radio Land. If she's resisting, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Yeah, that sounds good. We should do that." Blah blah blah. You're getting played, bro.
Yeah,
You're getting played, just like Aladdin.
But these dudes are so they're so full of themselves that they think that it worked.
Right. Of course she loves me.
Yeah. Why wouldn't she?
I'd love me.
I've only held her captive.
Right. Took her away from her boyfriend.
Then we get the part I like is the great assault on the allergy place. That was actually a really cool scene.
It really was. I love the whole like sliding while he's shooting motherfuckers. Badass.
James Bond?
Yeah.
He's curling himself.
Yeah. It's fucking awesome.
Shooting people.
Yeah. Good.
She has a nice little fight with like the head henchman.
Right.
For some reason has the Olympic rings sewn into his jacket.
Yeah, that was weird. I also was wondering, why are these big like 2x4s on the wall with the spikes sticking out? What the fuck purpose does that serve?
To kill the bad guy.
Yeah, just jam against the wall.
Thank goodness they were there.
Yeah, for real.
But
it's true.
There's so many nails sticking out, I'm thinking it would have like the bed of nails effect and it wouldn't really penetrate.
I don't think so either.
But it's a nice little fight scene. Yep. And then, James is like, "Oh, Tracy, cool. Go with your dad." And then dad tries to take her and she's like, "No." And then he just punches her in the fucking face.
Smacks her.
Like, punched her.
Yeah.
He's like, "Sorry, you don't have a choice." Punched her.
Why you gotta be hitting people?
This dad does not like his child.
He treats her like crap.
He really does.
I don't understand, man. I don't think that he has any others either. So he just kind of takes it all out on her.
Yeah. Then he has then we have the bobsled chase.
It's great. There's some pretty bad editing in that though, so that's whatever.
Shane just
I just made a fucking mess.
His coat just like overflowed into his lap.
Yeah.
And we're like sitting here trying to figure out how we're gonna take care of it without saying anything.
Right.
You just gotta say something.
You gotta say something, bro.
Shane's a retard.
No, I actually like the bobsled thing though. I do think that the editing is
so
pretty
cheesy.
Fucking bad. But,
keeps cutting to them just like fucking with these cables.
Well, and then it shows the background, and the whole background's just fucking all over and you're like, that's not how it would look if he's losing control of a bobsled.
I don't know. It was fun. I'll give you that. It was fun.
Yeah.
Then the fight on the bobsled.
Right.
Blofeld or whatever his fucking name is Blofeld?
Blofeld, yeah.
He's beating the fuck out of James Bond.
Yeah, he's holding his own.
He's laying in there all the big shots.
Pretty much.
And then James Bond just kicks him into a tree branch.
Yeah, he sees a tree limb, kicks him, and it like catches the dude around the throat.
Then he says he branched out or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Right after he crashes, I do like where the Saint Bernard comes. He's like licking his face, and he's like,
"Go get some brandy."
Go get some brandy. Yeah, that's pretty great.
And then
pretty funny.
They actually get married.
A wedding. Oh,
they actually get married.
That funny story about that. So back in the day, I was just graduated from high school, and there was this buddy of mine, which I was just a casual Bond fan. I'd seen a couple of the movies, whatever, and it was because of him I really started to get into him. And so anyway, he was like, "Yeah, I got married," and I was like, "You got married? What the fuck are you talking about? He bangs a new chick every movie, How you gonna tell me he got married?" But now he does.
I was stunned.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there watching it like,
crazy.
What?
Because you're expecting this whole thing to fall apart before he ties the knot. But
I just expect him to like blow her off.
Yeah,
because James
basically
is an asshole.
Fall in love, really.
Yeah, he uses women.
Right.
So I was expecting like after everything was over, he's gonna be like, "Sorry, it's not gonna work out."
Right. I had a good time though, so
yeah.
Yep.
But they actually get married.
Yep.
And then when he pulled over, I was like, "No,
don't do that.
Don't pull over."
Right.
And then you see Dr. Evil wearing a neck brace, driving a fucking car, and Broomhilda with a fucking super rifle sticking out the side. I'm like, "No." Yeah. I know exactly what's going to happen because James Bond's not going to die.
Yeah. No, they're not going to kill him.
As soon as he like turns to get back in the car, I'm like, no.
It's Blofeld. He's like, "Let's go chase him down."
No.
He didn't even realize,
Tracy got shot right in the fucking dome.
Right in the fucking forehead, dude.
And then the cop just casually pulls up and Bond's like, "It's cool, bro. She's resting."
Yeah.
What?
He said, we have all the time. He knew that the cop's not going to be able to do anything for her. He didn't know what to say. He was grief-stricken, sir.
Bond would go kill those people.
That's true, too. Well, she's dead, so you stay here with them. I'm going to go get that guy. Yeah.
Let me borrow your motorcycle.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Heartbreaker ending.
It is.
Heartbreak ending.
What did you
So what did I think about the movie?
think about
The
it?
first 30 to 40 minutes, I was kind of snoozing a little bit. Wasn't really that entertained, man. But once we introduced the Blomfield character, this movie turned it up.
Yeah. It really did. It gets good fast.
It does. And those chases, we've talked about it several times already, but as cheesy as they are, they're fucking awesome.
They are. They're really good. And once again, just the stunt work alone, I love, you know.
And for me, what really like seals the deal on making me a fan of this movie, it's Tracy.
I think so too. She really adds a lot to it.
She's amazing.
It becomes a lot more favorable. I like the 1960s era Bond stuff, I think, the best. And I will say the editing and stuff, whatever, but it's just more classic, in my opinion.
Well, you have to forgive it. It's a 1969 movie.
Right.
It's 11 years older than I am.
Yes, it is. And that's pretty fucking old.
Exactly.
Did you know that Roger Moore was 58 the last time he played Bond?
No.
It's fucking crazy.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Roger Moore Bond.
Oh, really?
I definitely saw some Bronson.
Yeah, everybody's seen Brosnan.
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 Brosnan. Yep.
I definitely saw him. And, of course, Daniel Craig's.
Right.
And I'm pretty positive I've watched at least a couple of Sean Connery's.
Yeah.
What movie is it with the girl comes out of the ocean and she's got like that white?
It's Dr. No with the pink bikini or whatever.
Is it pink?
Yeah, and she's got the knife like on her hip. Yeah, because she's out getting clams.
Is that a Sean Connery?
Yeah.
Okay, so I definitely saw that.
First Bond movie, actually.
Oh, okay, I definitely seen that. And I was confused at the beginning of the movie of this one because they're doing like the hourglass intro.
Right.
I was like, that's in this movie? Wait, that scene's in this movie?
No, I think they were just
in this
really trying to hammer home the fact that this is all in the same continuity.
Right.
But then again, it's like, well, why did you make that fucking joke? You know, that's what doesn't make sense. So if you're really pushing for this continuity thing, don't joke about the fucking continuity, you know?
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of Lazenby. I'm not going to lie to you.
I like Lazenby.
His accent broke a lot of times.
It did. He's Australian, actually.
Oh, no, you're kidding me.
Oh, I see. I never really noticed his accent.
There's a few times he ends his sentences. Like he starts his sentences with like an English accent and he ends them with the Australian accent.
Like he's trying and halfway through he forgot.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And he's a fucking dick.
He kind of is, yeah.
Like what you just told me about how behind the scenes like they didn't like working with them.
Right.
It makes complete sense to me.
You can see that. Apparently, Diana Rigg, I don't know if this is a true story or not, but she would eat garlic whenever they'd break for lunch. So for the kissing scene, she had to smell his breath. Just because she didn't like him. And what else was there? Because he came up with a lot. There's certain shit that I really like. For example, whenever they're going through, they're taking him to see Draco for the first time. Now Mike's making him.
What the fuck is going on?
There's a curse upon your house, sir. That was my best Zelda Rubinstein from Poltergeist impersonation.
It was so bad I didn't even know you were doing an impersonation.
Right.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
No, but they're going through. It looks like some sort of filing room or something. And there's this little like knee-high door that they go past, or maybe it's waist-high or whatever, kind of like you would see in like an old Perry Mason courtroom or something. And I like how Lazenby takes the door and like slams it on the guy behind him. He fucking flings the door so that it hits the guy. It's fucking great. Just little shit like that.
I don't even know what part you're referencing.
Oh, okay. Well,
where was this in the movie?
When they go to meet Draco for the first time, those guys have.
Oh, they're fighting in that room.
Yeah.
Before he goes and sees Draco.
Right. And so, yeah, right before that, they go through that little waist-high door. He fucking flings it back, and it hits the guy behind him.
I don't like Draco, awesome. By the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
He's just kind of a prick.
Fuck my daughter, please.
Right. Until she wants it.
Let me betroth my daughter to you.
Yes.
What else did he do that pissed me off? Oh, he punched her in the fucking face.
Yep.
And then when they get married, he says, make sure you obey your husband.
In all things.
Yeah, in all things. And she's like, okay, I'll obey him as much as I obeyed you. Which means I'm not going to obey.
Perfect response.
Yeah, I'm not going to obey shit.
Yeah, fucking whatever.
But, yeah, I didn't like him.
Yeah, no, he's pretty crappy.
He's a shitty dad.
Yeah. She always comes back for my birthday. Whatever, dude.
Fucking
ruffles on the tuxedo shirts.
lots of them in this
Not
movie.
a fan. Ooh, it's bad.
Even when he's rocking a kilt.
Kind of like the kilt, bro. Kind of like the kilt.
And I'm confused too, because didn't he already told Tracy that he loved her, and then while he's at the allergen center, he fucks two of those chicks.
He did.
Within like an hour of each other.
Yeah.
They made dick jokes in this movie.
She told her dad that she loved him. Had he told her that he loved her?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
In the barn.
They hadn't gone to the barn at that point.
That's when he told her that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So, but even so,
They already did
he's
the
in a
love
relationship that's a fairly monogamous one.
They already did the love montage.
Yeah, they did. So at that point, at the end of a love montage, my assumption is they're in love.
Right.
So
what's the point of the montage otherwise?
Right. If he's nailing a couple chicks on the side, that's kind of a scumbag. So
And he's like, I'm going to go to my room. I'm feeling some stiffness.
Right, yeah.
And then the next day they're like, how's your stiffness? He's like, much better for now.
Yeah, it's gone for the moment, yeah.
Dick jokes.
Oh, lordy. Let's see, what else did I think? I love the casino scene where he bails her ass out.
Yeah, but they're
Pretty
playing
awesome.
some game. I guess you said it was Baccarat.
Baccarat, yeah.
So when I worked in Vegas, like I told you, this is one of the couple scenes Shane was actually in the room for.
Sure.
When I was watching the movie, but it was really popular game amongst Asian gamblers in Vegas, at least in the Venetian where I worked.
You're fucking racist.
They were all of Asian descent. I
Fact
guarantee.
of the matter, yeah.
And I have no idea how to play that game.
I have no idea. It looked confusing as all fuck because I talk about Bonko and then like each player is dealing cards out of the fucking shoe and you're like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Well, and then the language that the dealer's talking, I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
I have no idea. Apparently in the book that was the Casino Royale that James returned to though. So, but what's crazy?
His suite in that hotel was dope.
Yeah. What's crazy about it, though, is that they didn't have the rights to the Casino Royale book for a while, so they couldn't make that movie. They didn't obtain it until they made the movie right about that time.
Oh, okay.
But they actually lost the rights to the Blofeld character until they obtained the rights and came out with Spectre. So there you go, the folks at Eon. But yeah, EON.
So he comes back?
Blofeld, yeah, in their most recent movie, Spectre.
I haven't seen that.
Comes back. It got a lot of hate. I like it though. I think it's good. But I like this too. So what the fuck do I know?
True.
Whenever Bond's supposedly throwing his voice to sound like that Sir Hilary Bray, it's bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. You can tell it was overdubbed, and it's a pretty bad effect. The Louis Armstrong song. What'd you think?
Huh?
The "We Have All the Time in the World" during the love montage.
Oh. I wasn't really paying attention.
Oh, okay.
I told you I was not into it at that point.
Pretty bored. Pretty
Yeah.
bored, huh? Yeah. I like where he goes in and he's checking out the room. Because that's one thing he does in all those early Bond movies is he goes around the room and looks for like fucking microphones or cameras and shit.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things in any Bond movie.
A huge international spy. You should definitely check into that
most
shit.
Definitely. I like the fact that this persona that he's portraying, the Sir Hilary Bray, well, he's disguised is like the biggest pussy ever. Mm-hmm. He doesn't play sports. Flying makes him nauseous. Doesn't speak any German.
He's not into girls.
Yeah, he
wears a kilt.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And we're not insinuating that you're a pussy if you don't like girls, but that just happens to be
in
what he's
1969
portraying.
is what they
That's
were,
what that meant.
That's
yeah.
what they were trying to say.
Right. I like Telly Savalas a lot.
Yeah, he's great.
Blofeld. Yeah. He's pretty great. A lot of people, so, excuse me, before this, it was the, oh, fuck, what's, dude, this is going to, fuck, I almost had it, thought of it, but I lost it.
Shane's medication's making him hard for his short-term memory. Pretty rough.
Talking about
your medication.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Donald Pleasance. Donald Pleasance played Blofeld. He was the guy that was in the Halloween movies. He was an old psychiatrist.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was Blofeld before this. A lot of people like him the best, but I actually like Telly Savalas.
So, what? So this is Dr. Evil, he's been in several?
Yeah, he wasn't in Dr. No, but his organization, Spectre, was. That's why they talk about Operation Bedlam, was this ongoing plan to try to take Blofeld out. His organization shows up again in From Russia with Love. He only shows up briefly in that movie, though. It's kind of like giving out orders to him and shit. He's not in Goldfinger, but he does show up in Thunderball, and then he kind of takes him head on in You Only Live Twice, where they actually meet face to face. So it's kind of weird that they meet face to face in this movie and they don't recognize each other because it's supposed to be the same continuity. But then they meet again in this. He goes up against him in Diamonds Are Forever, and then he shows up again in the beginning of For Your Eyes Only, and now in Spectre. So
damn, I haven't seen any of those, I don't think.
I hear you. But they lost the rights, so they had to stop.
I might have been way off on this is the number one influence for that movie, if he's been in all those.
He's been in a lot of them, yeah.
Was he bald in all of them and everything?
All of them except Diamonds Are Forever. So he had hair in that one. But they're all played by different actors, though. So
What?
It's fucking weird, man.
So weird.
Yeah, it's pretty different. That polar bear taking pictures.
Yeah, that was weird.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Scared the shit out of Bond.
Scared the shit out of me. Filming a car chase and some snowy bullshit like that has to fucking suck, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard about this one, We Own the Night. I haven't seen that movie. Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heard there was a car chase in the rain, and what they did was they actually filmed it in like clear weather and then CGI added in the rain because it's just so fucking hard to like control a car.
Is this the second time we've talked about that movie during our podcast?
It might be.
I think that's the movie where is her name Rosario Dawson?
Yeah.
Where I said she gets freaky on film.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen it.
I think that was from that movie.
Oh.
And we talked about it because we were talking about when I watched Beyond the Pines.
Right. The Place Beyond.
The Place Beyond the Pines, yeah.
Yep. Apparently whenever, I guess, she and Bond escape and they get caught in that avalanche or whatever, they originally did not capture her. That's something they added in for the movie, and I kind of like that too. So now she's at the Peace Gloria, that institute. She has that cool fight scene with that one dude.
Yeah,
I like her being there a lot.
Me too.
Actually. I think it added a lot to the movie.
Me too.
That's how you improve on a book, is add cool shit like that. Oh, I wrote everybody smacking around poor Tracy.
Yeah, for real.
Just beating the shit out of her.
We can understand why she doesn't trust people.
Mm-hmm. The wedding. I don't know. We talked about a lot of this shit.
Yeah.
I think that, and this is something that, so this is definitely a weird Bond movie. He gets married. He falls in love. It's the only George Lazenby movie. And so I think that a lot of people write this one off since it's not Sean Connery. Or people did in the past. This one's starting to get more of a following nowadays. But anyway, when it comes down to it, though, I think that there's certain scenes, like the end of this movie, where Lazenby really stuck the ending. I think when he's in the car kissing Tracy or whatever after she got shot. I think that, I don't know how well Connery would have done with that. I'd be curious to find out, though. But I have no complaints with his acting at the end of the movie. His grief-stricken whatever.
You said kissing in the car reminded me of the car chase scene where he just keeps leaning over and kissing her on the cheek as she's driving.
Good girl, yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Why don't you let her drive? Leave her alone.
Why don't you turn around and shoot back?
He's like, you want to give me some roadhead?
He's unarmed a lot in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. She steals his gun at least once.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know.
I read down the machine that cracks safes / makes copies is awesome.
Yep. Lots
of misogyny.
Well, ton.
Yeah. I don't know. Diana Rigg is a goddess, I wrote.
Yep.
And they let's talk about Bond's kids for a while, because I'm sure that he has kids running around. somewhere.
All over the world.
All over the world, man. And there's all these women that don't know how they got HIV and shit.
Oh, he's got AIDS now too?
I'm sure he has, you know. There's one movie, The Living Daylights, it's Timothy Dalton. And he pretty much only gets down with one girl in that whole movie, but that's because it came out right around the time AIDS was becoming a big scare. So they were trying to keep it a little closer to the chest on that.
Man.
But I, for a long time, was like, I have no idea how many women this dude has knocked up. But then Casino Royale came out, and we get to see him get hit with a monkey fist right in the nuts about 6 or 8 times. So it's like, well, that took care of that, I suppose.
A monkey fist.
But yeah, no, you know what, dude, I love this movie, and I know that I've said that, but I think it's great, and that's my opinion on it, dude. I think that the scenery is cool. I love the acting. I think Telly Savalas is great. Diana Rigg, easy to fall in love with.
Yeah.
I, unlike you, like George Lazenby. I love the car chases. I love the action scenes. I love the fighting. The fist fighting looks super cool. I like how they get into the Bond character a little bit more in this movie than I typically do, because he just kind of usually shows up on the scene and straightens his tie and saves the day, and that's it. But you get to see him a little bit more vulnerable here. I like that a lot. Makes him seem more human. In fact, Sean Connery saw this movie and he said, if I got to do movies like that, I probably would have stuck around. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's something.
That is something.
Oh, yeah. But I think it's great. And I'm glad that you kind of came around. So
Reluctantly so.
Reluctantly crouched at the starting line.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anyway, did you watch anything this week, Mon Frere?
Did I tell you I watched Solo?
Oh, what did you think of that?
Yeah, I liked it. It was entertaining.
It was kind of too bad that it tainted the box office, because I watched it and I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I watched something else. Can't remember what it was.
Well, sounds like you enjoyed it.
I didn't write it down.
So, no. I spent most of my week watching the new episode.
Oh, I remember.
Ooh,
I watched Vice.
Vice. What do you think?
Starring Christian Bale and the guy who played George Bush. What was his name? Man, he's a great actor.
Is it, what's his name? That's Thanos?
No. Josh Brolin?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, because he played George W. Bush.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Let me tell you real quick. Hold on.
Mike's looking it up. While Mike does that, I'm going to...
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
Great actor.
Yeah. And Amy Adams is in it. Steve Carell's in it. Tyler Perry's in it.
Who does Steve Carell play?
He plays Donald Rumsfeld.
Oh. Interesting.
It's a good movie.
All right.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah. Sounds good. I think it'd be worth checking out.
It's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
I tried to watch The Mule, but I couldn't get it to stream.
Oh, yeah. My wife wanted to watch that one.
I'm definitely going to watch. We watched like the first 15 minutes of it, and it seems good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I was just glad to see Clint Eastwood, because I heard that he was done acting after Gran Torino. So when I heard that he was going to be in this, I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm definitely down for that. I think he's a great director in general. So
Yeah, he did Hacksaw Ridge, right?
he did no. What did he do? Hacksaw Ridge?
I think so.
No, that was old. What's his face? That was Mel Gibson that did Hacksaw
Oh,
Ridge.
yeah.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood. He did like Letters from Iwo Jima. He did $1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby.
He did American Sniper, which is great.
Oh, that's the movie I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, American Sniper.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's pretty good. This week, I was treated to watching a handful of the brand new shiny Arrested Development episodes. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, I saw that they had a new season on there.
Well, they broke up the last season into 2 parts, and this is the second part, so it's been a while.
They're calling it season 5, though.
Yeah, the first half of season 5 has been out for like a year.
Oh, I don't think I've watched any of them.
Oh, okay. That's what I was watching last year when you were catching up on season 4, if you remember that at my house. But so I love the first 3 seasons of Arrested Development. I love parts of season 4, but the first half of season 5 really did nothing for me. That doesn't seem like very subtle humor. It's just big and loud and obnoxious. But
And they keep telling the same jokes.
they kind of do. I do appreciate, though, that with the second half of season 5, they still have some of the big loud stuff, but it's they've incorporated a little bit more of the subtlety to it. There's been a couple times when I like audibly laughed out loud, like something was legit really funny, and I usually don't laugh out loud if I'm by myself. So
well, then I look forward to checking those out.
Yeah. So far I'm pretty impressed with the second half of season 5. So
cool.
Yeah. What are we watching next week?
I don't fucking know.
Well, you better fucking come up with something, Mike. No, actually, I did the research on this one. So
what?
I researched what we're watching.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty good.
So what are we watching?
America was kind of fickle back in '99, so they followed up Forces of Nature with The Matrix.
What?
So yeah,
we're watching The Matrix.
Yeah.
What? I'm excited.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to that. Should be good.
Yes.
Final thoughts, Mike?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, if you want to, you can get in contact with us. Our iTunes and YouTube and Instagram is Casino Royale WCheese, all one word. You can email us, cheesymovie@yahoo.com. You can go on to our Twitter, I guess. Casino Royale WCH. Yeah.
Facebook, Casino Royale with cheese.
Casino
all
Royale
words are
cheese.
spelled out separately.
Mike's on that one. So good job, Mike.
Change medication.
Oh boy, I'll tell you what. Anyway, everybody.
This is where you say goodbye.
I appreciate everybody joining us today. And if you want to, be sure you join us next week for The Matrix. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
I'll be back.